Hey guys, Forest Man here. First off, before I get too far into my video, I want to apologize. I'm getting over a cold, so I'm going to try not to cough and hack too much. Turn on some music in the background to hopefully distract you from the random noises that I may make. Secondly, I wanted to give a shout out to my newly formed alliance, AW Kings. That's for Alliance War Kings. There are two of us. I guess I didn't realize it. I picked the name out before I made the alliance. If you are wanting to find my group, we are the ones with a star before and after our name. Again, that's AW Kings. If you're interested in joining, send me a message on Kick or Line. My name in both of them is ForestMan462, just like it is here. I've been pretty excited about making this video for a long time. It's basically I want to teach you guys how to do your attacks in player versus player without using skill points. And that really is a huge thing if you think about it, because for the first year that I played this game, I probably averaged $50 to $70 a month that I spent just buying skill points, because I wanted to 3-star every base and I wanted to get big loot and look really awesome doing it. Well, I didn't realize at the time how much I was actually spending until I had been playing again for about a year, and I went back through my Google Play statement and realized how much money I'd spent. And I was like, man, it's a lot of money. It adds up. So at that point, I decided, you know, I'm done spending money on this game, and that was in January of this year. Since then, I think I've spent maybe $30 total, which is pretty amazing considering what I spent beforehand. Not to mention, I've gone from level 9 command center to pretty close to a maximum level 11 command center. I'm about halfway done. It's going pretty fast. I don't buy skill points, and all of my skill points come from my player versus player attacks. All my hero skills, I've upgraded all of those based on the skill points that I earn. I probably can earn about 20,000 or so every week just doing normal player versus player attacks. And the key to that is, you know, once you get this strategy down, just having it in your head, you're not going to use skill points. I would rather lose a hero personally than have to use 200 or 300 skill points. Just because once you start allowing yourself to do that, you know, it's kind of the slippery slope. It becomes easier and easier, and next thing you know, you're back to either buying more or you're not earning any because you're using as much as you're making. So those are some key things to keep in mind. Again, you can do it. You can earn big loot easily using this strategy. There's really two, and I apologize guys, there's really not anything exciting for me to have you look at. We'll get into some of that in a little bit here. But there's really two ways that people do their PvP attacks. The first is for rep, and they're just trying to get as many attacks in as they can, 3-starring every attack and getting their rep up, and that's those alliances that you see that are very highly ranked, like Dead Terrorists I was in for a long time. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're a great attacker because you have a whole lot of skill points. It just means that you spent a whole bunch of time in this game attacking, for the most part, easy bases. And that, to me, doesn't really mean a whole lot. That was one of the reasons I left them. No offense to those guys. There are some fantastic attackers in there. It's just, it requires a lot of time and effort to stay at that level of reputation points. And with my style of player versus player attack, it was difficult for me to keep those numbers up. I realize there's guys out there that can do it very fast and they don't take a whole lot of time, but I'll tell you now, that's not me, and if that's what you're wanting to do, you may have to look elsewhere. In this first video, again, there's going to be at least 4 parts to this because I have so much that I want to tell you guys. I'm basically going to kind of tell you what you need to get started on now in order to make these big PvP attacks with no skills. Really, the most important thing is your heroes, and not your heroes that you use in Alliance War, like your Ghosts and your Reapers and Wallcroft, excuse me. It's really the most important heroes for PvP. Number 1 is by far Gideon. If you're not using Gideon and you haven't leveled him up, start doing that now. His HP and damage per shot is really more important than per second, but his HP and his damage per second are huge, his attack range is 7. I think that's as high as it goes. Those are the big things that you're looking for when you're doing these, because a lot of times your units, you'll lose half if not all of your units attacking this way, and it may be down to just your heroes and an RD1. And once you get those heroes leveled up, you can destroy half a base in 2 minutes with just 3 heroes and an RD1 or 2 without using any skills. It's just your heroes. Your second best hero is definitely going to be Harper. Again, his attack range is 7, very high damage per shot, and high HP as well. Lastly, I think Soap and Outrider are both also really good for this style of attacking. Either one of them are good. I mean, I've just started trying to get Outrider back up to 30. I'm going to try to get Outrider, Gideon, and Harper all up to level 30 in the next couple months here, because those are going to be my big hitters for PvP. As far as units go, for doing these, I thought about, I guess I could tell you the units that I don't use would be the best explanation. I don't really use my Spec Ops. I've leveled them all up just because I want to be consistent. OCD on my half, but I really Spec Ops I never ever use. And my machines go, your AGRs are crazy important. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. For Alliance War they are. For PvP, I don't use them at all. RD1s are probably the most important machine for PvP. I also, Dragonfires, I use just 3 of those in my attacks. Dragonfires are RD1s for sure on that. And then I use Goliaths and Warbird as well. And I'll kind of explain you to that. Really the purpose of the Warbird is to protect your 3 Dragonfires and your RD1s. But we'll get into all that in the next video. This one was just kind of to give you an idea of what you can do and how you can avoid spending money. Again, part 2, I'll go into a little bit more actual replays and strategy, and show you guys a little bit more, I'm sure, what you're wanting to hear. But I think this video is important just to tell you guys, why this is such a good method and why you can save yourself so much money. And it's really worth trying, because I'm going to throw a lot of stuff at you in the next couple videos, but if you'll stick with me, I promise I will make it worth it. That's it for today. Part 2 will be coming up in the next couple of days. See you later, guys.